Hi, my name's Liam Griffith, and the title of my presentation is Nature's Role in Child Development Through the Lens of Pandemic. So to give some background on my research, the a goal of mine was to show the importance of having parks accessible to every community. Not all communities have this access in the US, and it's important for communities to have parks because they serve as a space, especially for children, to release anxiety and stress. I chose to specifically look at experiences during the COVID-19 pandemic because it gave a unique perspective on the importance of parks. And factors like time spent outdoors and technology use were exacerbated during this time, and parents could more easily observe their children due to their increased time spent together. To guide my research, I asked two main questions. What influence did technology use and time spent outdoors have on children's mental health during the COVID-19 pandemic? And why are parks an essential component of a community, especially for their children? And so over the summer, I interned at True Nature Kids Summer Camp, where I counseled 5 to 11-year-olds and photographed the camp. I used my access to get interviews with parents and guardians. And with these interviews, I seek to understand a better understanding of their time during the pandemic and what their families' daily activities look like, and any observations they made in their children during the pandemic. And so from these interviews, um, uh, the results I found were that children who attended school online uh, had a greater reliance on technology than those who went in person. And these kids who spent time online generally had less social interaction and less time spent outdoors due to doing school on a computer or having less time outside under observation from, say, a teacher, and the parents had to look after their kids while working at home. Uh, And generally, families and parents who spent more time outside with their kids saw fewer observations of behaviors related to stress and anxiety in their children. Um, and the biggest takeaway I got from this was the majority of families in this area spent more time outside during the pandemic than they did before. Um, and I think this speaks to when parks are accessible to communities, they are used and appreciated. Um, Going into my implications, uh, the great majority of these families all came from the same area, attending a summer camp at Madrona Park here in Seattle. And this area has very good access to natural areas. Um, and this is not the case in many communities in the US, especially those that are low income or communities of color. Um, these communities have less access to nature and deprived of the benefits parks can provide for their children. And it's important that we allocate the proper resources and attention to these communities to build parks or restore natural areas in these areas. Um, I it's also important that we better educate the public of these environmental inequities uh, to increase advocacy for these issues. Um, I would like to thank Tracy Harrison, my site supervisor, and the rest of the team at True Nature Kids, all of the families who participated in my interviews, my faculty advisor, Gary Handwork, uh, Professor McDonald, my POE cohort, and lastly, my family. And thank you.